The Raspberry Racers are regarded by many as one of the best teams of all time, and for good reason. After dominating the league in 2019 and scoring the most points in a single season ever, the Raspberry Racers look to establish themselves as one of the league's best. However, after struggling in 2020 with a second half falter, the Raspberry Racers needed to turn it around. And they did in 2021. First was the Qualifiers, and that could not have gone better. The Racers scored the most points out of everybody in both groups, which led to them being the 7th seed for the 2021 Marble League. As for the league itself, well, it was utter dominance.
Coming up next, Raspberry Racers have one down in the end. You wonder if they got all of their energy out in the win of that last event. Didn't have any in the tank now. And we will have our first finisher here. Raspberry Racers are going to take one all the way to 130 and 80. And this isn't going to be close. New course, so of course difficult to compare to times in previous years. But this performance, not putting a single foot wrong. 235.68. Rollers, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Raspberry Racers, and the Gliding Glaciers will lead us off here. Everybody staying tight except on the top line there. Now we get some separation. Oh, and see, that's a great example of that anchor push from the fourth marble. Look at how far behind for the Raspberry Racers that one marble is. And just to add a skosh. Oh, and that skosh was a mighty good one. 92.95 resets the Marble League record.
However, as the Raspberry Racers began to get closer and closer to Team Momo, there was one team that the Racers needed to be worried about. That team was Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow beat the Raspberry Racers to the lead. They took a 3-point lead over Team Momo with 4 events to go. However, the Racers chased them down and took the lead the very next event. Things continued to go well for the Racers, especially considering how hard Mellow Yellow faltered. But the Raspberry Racers did not do that, and this ultimately resulted in them having a double-digit lead with 2 events to go. All they needed to do is send home the lowly Rojo Rollers, and they would be just fine, especially considering Mellow Yellow did not make it past the first round. Unfortunately, somehow, the Raspberry Racers found a way to throw it away.
Their head coach fired. See how new management goes in this event. We get one on the left side. Oh, one trickles in on the right, just behind the goalie for the Rojo Rollers, but I believe it's just 1 goal apiece here in the second half. And that means a 2-1 victory for the Rojo Rollers and their new coach.
However, even after that stunning upset, there was still little to be nervous about for the Raspberry Racers. They still held a 7-point lead over the Hazers and a 9-point lead over Mellow Yellow, who it seemed had nothing left in the tank. There was no way in the history of the universe that Rizzy would throw this away. Right?
Are stuck down in dead last. Gliding Glaciers holding on right now in 6th spot. Mellow Yellow in 2nd place. It would be enough. But they lose it, coming across the line. They do lose 2nd place, but they do not lose the Marble League. How mellow of them to finish in 3rd and still capture the 2021 Marble League Championship. Let's not overlook
The impossible had happened. The Raspberry Racers threw away the 2021 Marble League. While they did finish in 2nd overall, everybody knows that they should have won the whole thing. So, the moral of the story is, it's never over until it's over. Thank you for watching.